As they're about to hit the ice at Harry Howell Arena, families and athletes think about the future of Hockey Canada.
I think they're doing the right thing. Sometimes it takes time and process. It's going in the right direction.
I think there's a lot of uncertainty out there about the governance model and how funding will be allocated. So I think there's some troubled times ahead. They really have an opportunity to improve things, I think.
Following a former Supreme Court justice's recommendations for an organizational overhaul, yesterday Hockey Canada passed new bylaws where all board applicants will be vetted by an independent nomination committee, and the board will only get a year to transition the organization after its handling of sexual assault allegations and settlements.
So 1 year, my eyebrows raised when I saw that, because 1 year is not a lot of time. I mean, the average CEO search is anywhere from 6 to 9 months if it's done properly, which this, of course, should be.
Professor of Corporate Governance and Ethics at York University, Richard LeBlanc, says former Justice Thomas Cromwell's recommendations called for a 3-year board term, longevity needed to create reform.
If you've got an ethical organization with whistleblowing, conflicts of interest, a code of conduct, communication, education, anti-grooming policy pushed throughout the organization, right into rinks and arenas and all avenues of Hockey Canada, there's no need for payments.
Last Monday, Cromwell told Hockey Canada executives they lost the confidence of stakeholders. The next day, CEO Scott Smith was gone, and the remaining board members stepped down. Major sponsors like Tim Hortons, Nike, Bauer, and others suspended its relationships with the national body.
The onus is on them to really take a moment and think about whom they're going to elect to the board, because if they make a misstep here, it's plausible that those sponsors like Tim Hortons and ExxonMobil don't come back.
Professor Michael Narain with Brock University Sport Management Program says Hockey Canada's future will have a clearer picture post-election. Narain, who sits as a board member for Canada Snowboard, believes a national organization's duty is to ensure positive experiences.
The problem with Hockey Canada is that Hockey Canada strategically and operationally was being run like the 33rd NHL franchise. And Hockey Canada is not an NHL franchise.
Former Justice Thomas Cromwell laid out 4 main tasks for the transition board. They are to address public concern about its senior management, repair its fractured relationships with stakeholders, ensuring operational stability, and to respond to the governance changes in his final report slated to be released later this month. Adam.